Little hike in the rain today, just to check out the rain gear, make sure the pack stays dry. Got the pack liner in. It's actually a garbage disposal bag. Keep the inside contents dry. And the poncho going over the outside of the pack, and also a rain cover over the pack. Walmart special. So we'll see if that keeps it dry. Going to give it a little test run today. A couple miles out here. And we'll see how it goes. It's really coming down good. This little stream is usually nothing more than a trickle. So you can see it's got a lot of water out here today. But it really is nice. It's good to be out. So trying the poncho out for the first time today to see how it works. A couple of negatives. It's hot as heck in this plastic bag. And it's only mid 40s, I think. And I just have one base layer on the top. Got the Frog Tog pants on the bottom over a pair of lightweight hiking pants. And I've got a light fleece jacket over one base layer. So I'm dressed lightly, really, for this temperature, but very hot inside of here. So next time I come out in the rain, I'm going to have to try using a more breathable rain jacket. It's also a Frog Tog I was thinking about bringing. So we'll see how that works. Doesn't look like it'll hold up very well. They're pretty weak. But I've already got a tear in the pants from the previous time. So we'll see how it goes. I know a lot of people I'm not sure how the quality of the pictures are going to be because it's actually in a Ziploc bag to protect it from all the water. The trail's in pretty good shape. I've got the latest pair of hiking shoes that I just got a couple months ago, and I haven't broken into too much yet. They're a pair of Merrells, and they're supposedly water resistant, if not proof. So far my feet don't feel wet, and I've been walking in quite a bit of water. Right here it's not bad, but up the trail it was actually flowing a little bit where I was walking. So that's why I'm out here in the rain. Check everything out ahead of time. The rain is actually lightened up a little bit. It's not pouring right now. This seems like an easy day to me. It's just a walk in the park. Actually, it is a walk in the park. This is just a park near me. I'm lucky enough to have this close by so that I can work on different terrains that are similar with the rocks and declines and inclines, just a little bit short, so I have to do multiple loops. But it's good training. But today I lightened up my pack to a more realistic weight. Lately I've been working with about a between 40 and 50 pound pack just to get the legs going. Today I lightened it up to about 31, so probably pretty close to where I would be normally when I take to a real hike. This is really enjoyable today though, because I'm going a little bit slower than usual because of the rain, water, wet rocks, and I've got the lighter weight, so it really feels good. I just love being out here. I guess that's why I'm going to do this hike. Another gear report. I've got these cheap, very cheap Walmart special trekking poles. I used them on the New Jersey section of the hike this summer, and against the advice of most people on the internet, I got the telescoping with the twist locks as opposed to the flip locks. I never had a problem with them. One time they started to loosen up, I just tightened them up a little bit more, and they never got loose again.
Time 30 minutes. Distance 1.
And the rubber on the handles, even though they're cheap in this weather, I was wondering how they would be for grip. And they're actually great. They actually get a little, not tacky, but it's a sure grip on them. So I'm going to probably just stick with these cheapies. You got to cut the corners wherever you can. The gear can be very expensive. So far so good. Not quite sure what I'm going to be like when I'm done with this as far as being wet, but that's, like I said before, that's the reason why I'm out here. It feels like my legs are wet through the pants, through the rain pants. My upper body is wet, but I don't know if that's because of the sweat or the rain.
Time 1 hour 5.
It just feels so good being out here. There is not another person out here. Got the whole park to myself. I don't know about the parking areas, but up here there's no crazy nuts up here. And it just feels really good. And it's above freezing, so it's comfortable. And also, it's very easy to tolerate this when you know that you're going to go home and get a shower afterwards and be able to dry off and feel good in a warm home. But when you're doing this for days on end, you got to sleep in a wet tent, pack it up wet in the morning, put your wet clothes on, and do that for about a week. I'm sure it gets a little tiring. Not looking forward to that, but that's part of the adventure. So just getting a little taste of the weather today. It's enjoyable. We're just going to hike for about another mile, and then head back. Got to get back to work, and afterwards I will maybe I'll film and see how the gear went, if it's gotten really drenched or if it held up well. But one way to find out. Just doing a quick glance at what I'm wearing. It looks like the pants are shredded. It looks like the poncho is torn at the snaps, and all I did was walk 4 miles. So I'm guessing that
2 hours 5 4 point.
It looks like I'm going to have to rethink some of my rain gear, unfortunately. I do have a rain jacket at home that might be a possibility. The pants are definitely not going to hold up. So we'll see. Okay. Let's see. Poncho is torn on the side where the snap used to be. So that's a no-go. We'll leave that home. Garbage. The pants, surprisingly, these get used a lot from what I've heard on the trail, but hold on, I got to pull these out. So this is what's left of the bottom of one of the legs, I guess just from bumping the other foot. And then a previous time, they're split wide open right in the seat. So I don't think I'll be using those. Might have to get something a little more durable. Now the pack was covered partially by the poncho, and the rain cover over the pack looks good. Looks a little damp on top. Take it off and see how the pack itself is. And I would say the pack is just fine. I don't see any visible signs of water. Maybe a little drip in the center. That's about it. Otherwise, it looks great. And this particular pack, this is the Atmos, I believe, 65 by Osprey. This does have this netting on the back, so it's nice because even if your back gets wet, it won't transmit into the back of into the front of the pack, so it's nice. But everything looks good and dry. The one hip pocket is a little bit wet because that's where the poncho was torn open on the side. But otherwise, that looks great. Tent is wet on the bottom by the looks of it. No, that's just the color of the tint inside. That's dry. Beautiful. So the important part stayed dry. As far as me, let's see. It feels like the pants are pretty soaked, but I'm not sure if that's because of the rain or not. And upper body doesn't feel too bad. A little bit damp, but not bad at all. So aside from shredding, the poncho wasn't too bad. But we'll have to try an alternative route for that. So that's why I wanted to get out there today and give it a shot and see how everything worked out. We got 2 no-goes and 1 good. Check. One last thing I forgot to check, and that's the shoes. So we have the Merrells. I forget what the brand, the model number is, but it's as you can see right there, there's a little tag that does say waterproof. Apparently that's not true. It was not by any means submerged for a long time or anything, just stepping in a few puddles. And although my socks weren't wet enough to wring out, they are wet and my feet are shriveled up. So much for Merrell's claim that these are waterproof. Took the insoles out, and hopefully they'll dry a little bit quicker that way. But that's kind of a bummer because they are not cheap, but oh well. So let's see. Maybe I'll try treating them with some extra silicone. So we'll try that out. Okay, till the next time. Have a good day.